Hi, my name's Natalie Eve Marquis. I'm an energy healer and hypnotherapist here in Sedona, Arizona. And today my best bud, BakeR Gendron, is joining me, and she'll be co-facilitating the Sacred Messengers retreat with me. So today I thought we'd start with a couple examples of different instances of sacred messengers. And we're going to start with sacred messenger number 1, which is intuition. So BakeR's got a great recent story, actually, about not heeding her intuition in the form of a sacred messenger.
Very recent and very not okay. So the other night, my husband bought this fabulous new mirror. It's huge. It's like 3 feet by 4 feet, right? Really beautiful, hammered copper, just and beveled edges, gorgeous mirror. And he placed it on a table in our downstairs. And I literally was standing there and I heard the voice say, "Do not leave that mirror on the table." But I didn't do anything about it. So we walked away and I kept hearing, "Don't leave that mirror on the table." But did I go back? No. The next night, so now I'm thinking, okay, it's probably okay. The mirror's good. We hear the most god-awful crash I think I've ever heard in my life. And lo and behold, the mirror had been taken down by my cat. My cat Spencer is a teenager right now, and so he's very curious and he's always going in and among things, and I'm sure that he went behind the mirror because it was, you know, out from the wall, about kind of angled out like that, and he probably just got behind there and he was just checking it out and crash. So very big lesson about heeding your intuition when you get a strong message like that.
Right. And so how would you explain the difference between, say you're just walking by and you're thinking, I probably should move that mirror, versus what you actually experience? Like, what's the difference in the nuance between what's just maybe a fear or a passing thought versus how does it feel when you, like, you knew that was your intuition and in hindsight you're like kicking yourself because you didn't heed it. So,
yes.
But as far as learning those subtle differences for a lot of people out here that's kind of new, paying attention to that, what would you say is the difference? How does it feel to you?
Okay. The difference for me was it didn't feel fear-based, which is typically what it feels like if it's something we're just getting.
Right.
Like, oh, you know, Susie Q had a mirror on her desk and it fell over like that. That would be sort of coming from that fear of that could happen to me. This was a very clear, very distinct voice in my head, and I don't typically get voices, but when I do, I should know better than to not pay attention, because usually when I do get a voice like that, it's a real clear, very intense voice, and that's what this was. I'm just trying to think of.
I think that's an interesting distinction you make, though, is because oftentimes we'll get a sense, we'll hear our fear or concern that comes up, and that's a very different feeling from intuition, because that's coming from it's coming from a feeling or an emotion, whereas something that's intuition tends to just be a solid knowing, or like that it was a voice that just came right in almost out of nowhere, and it's very distinct and there is no emotion involved. So it's just the information comes in and it's very clear. It's not muddled by emotion. So I think that's one important distinction, is that if it has any emotion attached to it, more than likely it's not an intuition.
Correct.
If it has no emotion and it's just the facts, ma'am, then it's more than likely it's intuition. So that's one example of a sacred messenger showing up in your life in the form of your intuition. And BakeR's is a great example, because, you know, even people who work with their intuition every day, they do it for a living. Sometimes we don't always heed them either. But the messages do appear from the universe in order to protect and guide us. So if you'd like to go deeper into sacred messengers, my buddy and I are going to be doing a retreat in September here at Gateway Cottage Wellness Center, and we hope you'll join us. If you'd like to learn more, visit our website at gatewaycottagewellness.com. Thank you.